All right, we got Gabi Belle. I checked out the Fortnite video like what 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whenever I checked it out, right? And a couple days ago, we got almost 2 weeks ago. So I checked out the Fortnite video like I think this video came out like 2 days before I checked out, or 2 days after I checked out the Fortnite video. Whatever. Anyway, we're talking about authenticity in music, which I feel like it's becoming rarer and rarer of a thing. At least in like popular music. I mean, even still in underground too, it's kind of just smoke and mirrors, honestly, and a lot of mirrors because everyone looks like everyone else. But anyway, I'm excited to see what we got going on here. We're already starting off with Katy Perry on the screen. This is not a good sign.
I've always been authentic in
Cap.
you know, trying different genres, investigating different sounds. I don't think I've ever been inauthentic.
Katy Perry would soon realize that her career had taken a massive downturn due to the controversy. Nah, just kidding.
Burger King foot lettuce. Anyway,
See that type of video. What actually is authenticity in music? Because there's kind of no such thing. No one online that you don't know in real life is authentic because you don't actually know they're authentic.
It's all a performance.
These days, authenticity is a brand move. It's become a corporate jargon buzzword that music labels just push onto their artists. Basically to use TikTok more and be relatable and authentic and closer to your audience. That's why you saw a bunch of celebrities a while ago complaining that their music labels were forcing them to post on TikTok. More proof that entertainment is probably the hardest job in the world. If you
hold on, no, why that sound beautiful, man?
Their music labels were forcing them to post on TikTok.
I love drum and bass. I love jungle. I love any genre that uses break beats and sample. Oh my goodness!
Probably the hardest job in the world. If you missed it, Katy Perry released a new album, Itching for a Comeback.
I haven't heard anything about the album. Like, not even that I haven't heard anything good about it. I haven't heard anything about it, period. Besides the single or whatever in the video that everyone hated because it felt so like inauthentic and, you know, corporate and boring and soulless. That's the only, I haven't heard anything about the album at all. I don't think anyone listened to it. I don't know.
Back after her first 3 albums were major smash hits from 2008 to 2013. But
bangers, bro. Like she had
2017 and 2020 were pretty low performing.
Also haven't heard anything about these. I think I have this one saved, maybe? I'm honestly not sure. That cover looks familiar. I know I've seen that before. But I feel like I haven't heard anything about it. I don't even know what the title is. Okay, I don't have it saved. So that's not where I've seen that cover before. I don't know.
For her standards, at least. I think if most of us got like 200 million plays on an album, I'd consider that a great success. Yeah. But in the main pop mainstream consciousness, neither of those albums really resonated with people. So in 2024, the people were really starved for fun pop music to come back. People were really craving that campy, fun sound that Katy really pioneered during her heyday.
Yeah, the Rise and Fall dropped last year. But like it dropped in what, December? That's basically this year. I listened to it this year. That's fire. We got Brat, and it's the same, but it's 3 more songs. And then we got Brat, and it's different, but it's still Brat. You feel me? And then we got, I'm trying to think what else is in pop. What else is in the pop genre? I listen to pop music this year. I just don't know who right now off top. So I can't tell you that. I still haven't listened to Short and Sweet. I just been putting that off. There's a bunch of albums. It's not just that one. There's a bunch of albums I've been putting off listening to. And that's one of them. So someone else dropped though in pop music, right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm a rap guy, man. I don't care.
Perceived to be for fun pop music to come back. People were really craving that campy, fun sound that Katy really pioneered during her heyday. It was perceived to be a perfect storm for someone like Katy to come back and really kill it. But then she dropped the single off her album called Woman's World. She dropped it on the floor and didn't pick it back up, so it got covered.
I didn't check this out. But I heard a lot of, I be watching Caroline Kwan a lot, right? So when it dropped, I know she talked about it a little bit. I heard, I seen some discourse a little bit here and there. From what I did see of the video, it definitely felt kind of satirical in a way and weird. And I wasn't feeling that. But I don't know. I didn't really take the time to like form my own opinion. Because I figured it wasn't good.
Toenails and like hair, and it got covered in mud. A song that if this was 2010 Katy Perry, we may have eaten it up and asked for seconds. It's a vapid, no substance, low stakes retail pop song, void of all nuance, but is just about how awesome being a girl is and having fun. It's a woman's world.
I think there's better songs for that, man. Beyonce did that already. I mean, Charlie and Lord just talked about how confusing it is, which I wouldn't know, but I mean, that song was great insight into what that experience might be like. I still have no idea as a man, you feel me? But it was nice to be able to, kind of get a window into what that might be like. So we have that too. That's two ends of the spectrum already with much better songs. Allegedly, again, I haven't heard it. I'm just saying it's trash and I haven't heard it because I can. I don't know. I don't know.
Lucky to be living in it. But here's the thing. People fucking hated it. There were many problems with the release. Firstly, the teaser she released for the song not only sounded more corny than camp, but also very corporate. Like it was going to an office job. Yikes. Like it was going into its 9 to 5.
That's the last thing you want for a new pop song.
What many would describe as coworker music.
Oh no, not coworker music, GG's. That's the last thing you want unless that's your niche. Like Tones and I. Horrible music, but I guarantee you've heard Tones and I music against your will while shopping somewhere. Or, maybe, I guess coworker music can also play on the radio while you're driving. So yeah, that too. If you listen to just whatever, you've definitely heard a Tones and I song. Again, against your will. I don't think anyone's ever been like, yo, you listen to that new Tones and I album? That's never happened. And that's hopefully never gonna happen. But coworkers eat that up.
Music. There was no flavor. It was very flat. It's like mayonnaise at the cookout, which would prove to be true when the song actually did come out.
This is the comeback.
And subsequently the album.
The Twinks are in shambles.
It just sounds like a Tampax commercial. I wish I could play the song, but unfortunately, I'll have to sing you my.
I've never seen a Tampax. I didn't know they had commercials. That's not a good sign, bro. This is their first commercial song. GG's. I'm trying to think. What's the other brand that I have seen commercials for? I forgot the name, but they got commercials though.
My interpretation. Sexy.
Maybe they're regional. Maybe I just haven't seen any.
She so intelligent.
Is that it? How you? Wait, why can't I read? Oh, it's flipped. It's backwards.
Is heaven sent. So soft. So strong.
Yikes, man.
The chorus is, it's a woman's world, and we're lucky to be living in it. This is something that you would find embroidered on a Ray Dunn hand towel at Hobby Lobby. I know I'm going a little hard with like the music itself, but that's not really the point of the video. Corny lyrics and production.
And the problem is too is like the sentiment should be good. It should be coming from a place of like, all right, we're gonna empower women. We're in a very tough time right now, especially election year. It's a whole lot of tension rising around, you feel me? Whole lot of vote yes on 4, by the way. All the, so like it should have been like, hey, yeah, times are kind of weird right now, but like it's us though. We're chilling. We the real, we the ones, It's coming off like we ain't in top 3. That's crazy, bro. Me personally, I wouldn't take that.
Mostly concerned with. It's not a crime to be cringe. I know this all too well. That's not new, and it's proven time and time and again that corny lyrics just don't matter if you can sell the performance. It's that secondly, people found out that she heavily collaborated with Dr. Luke on the song and the entire album. A producer that became very well known for his very public court case.
Yikes. I did see a comment in the intro. It was like, why you working with Dr. Luke? I didn't know who that was. I thought maybe she was off the nitrous or something. I don't know. But oh. Yikes.
With Kesha, where she accused him of doing every bad thing a man could possibly do to a woman. Sorry guys, you're really very angry with me if I say all the things that he did because they're really, really, really bad.
Yeah, that was it was one of those situations too, man, where it's just like, dang, bro. Why do people suck?
I guess. Fuck.
Wait, hold on. I did not practice law. Please don't sue me. I don't know the ins and outs of the case. Please do not leave 10 paragraphs of, well, actually about this. Don't be annoying. Yeah, I don't either. I just know that he did horrible things. And I feel like, I don't think she was the only victim, right? She was just like, she just said something. It was like multiple people too. Or am I tripping about that? I don't know.
See the irony here? There's so much iron. I'm not anemic anymore. It's a miracle.
Oh no, I didn't mean to press end. I did not mean to press end. I did not mean to press end. It's right next to the bomb. It's right next to it. That was actually funny.
A song about women's empowerment.
Yes.
Produced by a guy who I believe, allegedly, hurts women. If you're wondering,
I'm gonna say allegedly, he did that. He did that. Why do we know he did it? We know he did it. Like, come on, let's be, you know what I'm saying? And I get what she doing. I understand what she doing. She ain't trying to, but you feel me? Hey, I'm standing on business, bro. That man is a thug. A disgusting excuse of a human being. And it needs to be said. He did it. He did it. For sure.
Why the hell would she do that? Well, let's put it this way. Dr. Luke produced basically all of Katy Perry's top hits and albums. So she thought, why not work with him again to try to recreate that success and that magic that really put her first 3 albums at the very top of the charts. No one cared back then. Why would they care now? And honestly, Woman's World as a song isn't that different than some of Katy's 2013 hits like Roar. I mean, that song was
It's funny, I didn't really like that song when it came out, honestly. That was, for me, that was like the, oh no, she's washed. You know, when Roar came in, and it still did well on the radio. Like, I heard it a lot, but I just didn't like it. It wasn't a good song to me. And yeah, definitely washed.
Less corporate female empowerment than this one. What changed?
Yeah.
Why isn't it working like it did before? And I'm not trying to pick on Katy's music in particular here. I used to really love...
I was about to say, she got bangers, bro. Like, she was on a run. Bro, like crazy. If you were there, like, you remember, bro.
First 3 albums, One of the Boys specifically. I just found the Katy Perry situation in particular to be a really great case study on inauthenticity in music, especially when we contextualize the comeback and the song.
Please don't talk about the dishes. Oh no.
There's many ingredients to the shit pie here, and I really think we can analyze what's going on. This is an onion. Okay, and like Shrek, we will peel back one layer at a time until we get to the juicy core center. But first, I have a contractual obligation and sudden urge to talk about Bombas. The music to my literature.
W-Ad, you feel me?
Gift for someone.
Yes, sir.
Bombas. Thank you to Bombas for sponsoring.
Oh, do the thing, man.
I wasn't sure whether to even talk about the quality of the music itself, because involving Dr. Luke so heavily on this project shouldn't get a pass to get the grace to review the music itself. But after a while of being incredibly indecisive and playing a lot of Fortnite and procrastinating this part of the script, I decided it was still important to talk about the album itself, because it's still ingrained as another reason why people are perceiving Katy as inauthentic and they don't like it. People don't like it. So even in a perfect world where Dr. Luke has never done anything wrong, I guarantee that Katy's music would still not be hitting like it did before when she debuted.
Yeah, that's bro. Oh man, Gathany Beltano here. The internet's busiest. You know, I'm not telling. Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say, bro. That distracted me.
Felt generic and even garnered the insult of sounding like it was AI generated or AI because of how vague all the lyrics were.
And you know that's so bad if it isn't. Cause like, yikes, dude. We know how bad AI music can be. If we think it's AI,
none of the songs
cooked.
sounded like they were personal to her, which makes you wonder if it ever was. I mean, it definitely was at one point, because one of the boys, she wrote most of the songs on the album herself. And it's not like the only reason people like a song is if it's
I don't mind when people, you know, work with writers or, you know, use songs that they didn't write, whatever, you know, because sometimes it can work. Sometimes it can be a vibe. Nothing like a good reference track. You know what I mean? But you can always tell whenever they don't put, excuse me, any of their soul into it. You can tell.
Like, that clearly doesn't matter a lot of the time. Oh God, there's a hair in my eye. And we will talk about that more, and we will get there. But it just feels like Katy Perry hasn't grown as an artist. There's nothing on this album that tells me about her journey of motherhood, getting married to Orlando Bloom. That
I didn't even know about all. I didn't know she had a kid. I should have known that. Maybe I did know that and I forgot, or I just didn't care. I unfortunately knew she got married, though.
I had no idea.
I know about the dishes.
What are we listening to?
I guess I would say All the Love, because it also encompasses this conversation and the journey of like me looking for a love, me finding the love, me, you know, having the love inside me all along and tapping into that. With me having a child, there is poetry in every moment. Everything is new again.
Oh no, that
like,
oh no.
I get to relive.
This y'all go. The lyrics don't get any more interesting than this on the whole album. Yikes.
Life through her eyes.
And I think she'd failed to recognize that working with Dr. Luke to try to recapture that magic from 2010 wasn't a requirement. I think she forgot that like times have changed and that we all know Dr. Luke is
now Dark Horse. This was a banger, bro. This song went crazy.
A piece of shit, and she can't get away with it now. Compare that to her counterpart, Kesha, who...
That's like making a movie with Harvey Weinstein right now, which he's in jail, right? I think so. But, you know, still, that's like knowingly doing it. You know, like, what are you doing?
Also worked with Dr. Luke on her wildly successful releases, and is now on the comeback with a really fun pop party single. And it sounds...
I haven't heard it. I didn't know she dropped. I knew... The only thing I knew she popped out with Renee Rapp at Coachella and changed the lyrics of that one song. TikTok, yeah, it was TikTok, because nobody rocking with Diddy now. Ain't nobody waking up feeling like Diddy. But that's it though. I ain't know she was like, you feel me? I gotta see what that's talking about.
Kesha, it's very fun.
I'm excited.
I really like it. But it also experiments with...
I'm honestly kind of surprised that she wasn't on the Brad Deluxe. Now I think about it. I don't know.
New sounds and is very fun and fresh to listen to. Katy's single and album still feels like it's rehashing the same ideas stuck in time from Dark Horse, rather than adding something new and personal to nostalgic inspirations like Sabrina Carpenter or Chappell Roan. So, in my opinion, even without the Dr. Luke controversy, I do feel like this...
W. Anderson mentioned too, he has... Dude, his 2024 run is low-key going unnoticed, and I am disappointed, bro. It's going crazy.
Album
literally going crazy.
Forgotten in the generic pop sounds of the last two albums. Though I do think the Dr. Luke controversy is a really big blemish in revealing how
it makes it worse.
Inauthentic Katy's comeback and music are. People really feel connected to stories and music, and this album doesn't really tell a story. I'm not saying every album needs a cohesive, extremely deep and profound story, but
they don't. They make them better though. I listened to Chromacopia today. Course, and bro, don't even get me started on Tyler, bro. What a guy, man.
Whatever story or
what a guy
to tell. Which her last few albums haven't really been hitting on executing clear visions, I think. At least not in the way that some of her earlier albums have. Also, unfortunately, produced by Dr. Luke. When an artist's image does feel authentic and aligns with their music, it can really make for a special connection with the listener. And we've seen that happen with people like Charlie XCX, Sabrina Carpenter, and even Beyonce covering a song like Blackbird. So massive pop albums have come out lately, giving rise to pop artists who interact with their audiences and feel more down to earth and relatable than ever before.
I'm so confused why I'm not married. Like, what's wrong with me?
Why won't anyone even date me?
People feel more connected to music artists today more than ever, which have caused huge parasocial problems. And it's
I was about to say, bro, I feel like this led to a lot of terrible things like stan culture, which is not new. Stan culture is not new. I just think it's a lot worse now, and a lot of people are losing the plot. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of stans are losing the plot, bro.
Right, as we've seen with the rise
Can't
of
co-sign that, bro.
who I was lucky and blessed enough to see live.
Nice. What did I see about people mad at Chapel again for, bro? She just can't win in a lot of people's eyes, bro, and that's weird to me. She was calling out paparazzi, bro, and people were like, she won't last, and it's dog. Do you know how predatory paparazzi are? Like, you know. I watched the Patrick CC video on it a while ago, and I brought up a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to do that right now. But, you know, like, shut up, man. Let her live.
Her massive success was not only because the music is great, but because she was just...
I love her music, but I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I want to go to a show. Only because the first concert I ever went to was Shawn Mendes, and that crowd had my head, like, booming, right? I imagine... Chapel fans will be even, you know what I mean? Like, I'm terrified of going to pop shows, bro. I'm not trying to go to a pop show at all. I'm just not. I will deal with the rap mosh pits. I've been in the pit before. Like, I will do that. You know, I could deal with the ravers. You feel me? Because they just vibing. Sure, they on drugs, but they just vibing, though. They just dancing around, doing their thing. You feel me? Some of them tripping, you know, that's cool. But it's something about pop fans, man. I just can't do it. And they're cool. They a little loud, though. You feel like, I respect it, though. I do. They just be excited.
Just a girl next door from Missouri who made it big from her hard work and talent. A story that's inspiring and relatable to so many
I also can't believe she got signed in high school. And then they dropped her like idiots. But it had to happen, though.
Not to mention her personal connection and her continued shown support of the LGBTQIA+ community. Her music is authentic to her, and we can all see that. And so is her artistry and messaging.
And for all the queer kids and
that's what I like about her interviews, man.
Watching right now, I see you. I understand you. Because I'm one of you.
Even in the past few years, we've seen the trends of people lifting up artists who make music personal and authentic to them, and who connect with their audiences through TikTok, showing their more personal, human side. Imagine that. Billie Eilish being a bedroom pop girly making songs with her brother in her bedroom is part of what made her so relatable and so likable, in addition to the music that people also enjoy, rather than a stiff, untouchable.
And I think, unfortunately, that's part of the problem why people get so connected to underground rappers, because it's like they're just on BandLab, you know, in the trenches trying to make it just like anyone else, and they end up being weird, bro. Like, I'm so sick of underground rappers. Like, honestly, I'm not even tapped in for real with the underground anymore in terms of rap. I'm tapped in with like some underground bands, some underground artists, a little bit, a couple underground rappers, but like not really. Cause I'm tired of getting disappointed, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Brand of a person/celebrity that we might have seen more popularly pre-TikTok and pre-social media. Now, this may fall more into the category of relatability, but people like the Kardashians, while so out of touch and unrelatable, show qualities that are authentic to them.
Kim, would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister's going to jail.
They are actually...
I've never seen that clip. Honestly, something in me wants to watch that whole original show. I don't know if I'd watch the new show, but I've seen a lot of I remember seeing it a little bit growing up. I've seen a couple moments. You know what I mean? I was aware of them, but I know, I wasn't locked in ever. I never really cared about them, but I've seen a lot of stuff that is genuinely hilarious to me.
So out of touch. They're not trying to...
I never really watch reality TV, but I want to get into I want to start with the dating shows. I want to watch Love Island UK. I don't care who's on it, how good it is. I'm not watching Love Island US before I watch at least 3 seasons of Love Island UK. Don't play with me. But, I want to check that out. The good ones, though, I ain't watching Love is Blind, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not watching 2 Out to Handle. I'm trying to watch the good ones, you feel me? I got to go back and watch Jersey Shore. I think about grenades all the time. You know, I gotta really lock in with reality TV, but the only reality TV show that I really watched is Hills. Yeah, I watched that like 5 years ago, and it was cool.
To be relatable.
Diamond earring came up in the ocean and it's gone. And there's people that are dying.
Yep.
And that consistency in branding is almost more important to people than actually being relatable or even a good person. Because instead of just being upfront about it, it makes people feel like they're now being lied to. And it feels worse to people, I think.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter has really shown her personality through funny, witty lyrics with a personal touch and nostalgic sounds. And Brat's album cycle has become a cultural phenomenon. And while the album is about being a 365 party girl, akin to Kesha's iconic TikTok era, is authentic. And it's
also about wanting to kill yourself, because you know, going through it and life is hard. A lot of people forget that, but like the album does, it's deep. It's deep. It's fun, and I probably shouldn't have said that like that. But you know, yeah, I feel like writing wise, that album's underrated. It's great, but I think a lot of people haven't really, you know, at least they don't talk about it. Maybe people have noticed that and how introspective it is and all that, but like, you know, it is a fun time at the same time, though.
That's the main thread that I've been able to draw behind all of these mega successful pop artists. People need to feel like your music is honest and authentic, whatever that looks like. But it's also consistent with the image that you're putting out there.
That's why we love Lucky, bro. He raps about lean. He posts double cups on his story. Man's authentic, bro. He keeps it, you know, he keeps it 1,000. Do we like that? Not really. It's probably really bad for himself. But he does, and it makes for great music. So, you know, I'm just trying to relate it to rap, just for the rap, you know. We mostly talk about rap over here.
Reaches more people because of
the Discord or something? What's that?
Like, but is also consistent with the image that you're putting out there. Sabrina and Chapel are both examples of artists whose music reaches more people because of their authenticity. Both of the albums are great on their own.
Chicken Shop Day was hilarious.
Some of the magic comes from people seeing that the artist matches that same authenticity as the music/persona. Katy Perry tried to push an image of herself to help her music connect and reach more people too, but the image didn't align with her music nor her actions. So it had the opposite effect. Music as an art form has always been more parasocial. I mean, people really feel connected to the art.
No, hold on. I don't know how I didn't think to pull this up. Just now we were talking about the Kardashians. Ooh, Sunny's Coachella. Hold on. Why is my search bar so small? I can't click it, bro. Come on. Oh, forget it, man.
And feel like they might know them. They feel this connection with them. But it's especially relevant and it's especially prevalent today that we crave authenticity and connection with our artists because we're way more parasocial with our musicians now.
Yeah.
We really like when we can feel that story around pop music. I mean,
a lot of people feel like they know people, bro. It's weird.
About pop. Of course, that's not a cut and dry requirement, but it is part of the brand. Knowing the story behind Taste or 7 Things by Miley Cyrus only adds to my enjoyment of them.
But there's a story behind Taste. Again, I haven't listened to the full album. I listened to Taste, though. I watched the music video, which was incredible. But there's a story behind it, like.
So when Katy Perry says that her new music about divine femininity, feminism, and women's empowerment is authentic to her.
I really wanted to make a record that was celebratory, full of love, light, joy, hope, and BPM, because get out of your head, get into your body, embrace your sexuality, like find your feminine divine, all of that.
And people find out the whole album was produced and partially written by a known alleged rape. This directly contradicts her brand and shattered the image.
But the reality is it comes from me.
That's not very for the girls of you, Katie.
From my experience
Just not.
of my whole life going through this metamorphosis. I'm doing it now from a place of celebration and love.
Even though this is the same thing she was doing 10 years ago. The veil of authenticity has fallen, which is a really roundabout way of saying that people don't like hypocrites, but I was having a hard time consolidating my thoughts. Please give me a break.
That's
when
real.
Directly asked about working with Dr. Luke, this was her response.
I know a lot of people have expressed disappointment and were really upset that you decided to involve Dr. Luke on this album. Why did you choose to work with him?
Look, I understand that it started a lot of conversations, and he was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with. But the reality is it comes from me. The truth is I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis. And he was one of the people to help facilitate all that, one of the writers, one of the producers. And I am speaking from my own experience. Like when I speak about Woman's World, I speak about feeling so empowered now as a mother, as a...
Like...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. She's doing a whole lot of yapping. And not saying a whole lot of anything, bro.
Oh, hell no.
She's saying words, bro. It's a word salad.
Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn...
That was a word salad, bro. She just said a bunch of stuff. But like, what? What are you talking about, bro?
Are you a politician?
That's what I'm saying. That was like so media trained, PR team. Like, at this point, she probably knew the question before she even asked her that. Like... That's crazy.
And remember, this
W call her daddy though. It's a good podcast.
Of massive pop albums that felt innovative, inspired, and new. That for an industry veteran ended up feeling really flat and uninspired compared to artists on their first mega come up. So people are especially unforgiving, not just in.
I didn't even see this one before. This is making me miss JoJo Siwa. That's crazy.
In terms of the music.
2 days ago, I went down memory lane with her music videos, and her music are just bangers. Cried so much in that marathon. So many good songs take me back to that time. She was such a pop queen. Now she feels so hollow.
But in terms of Katie's lack of authenticity in a time where female pop artists are at the top of their game, like I'm really happy with the music that's been coming out this year. And female artists that do talk about femininity and are authentic about it, at least from what we're shown, you know? People just see through the bullshit now, like kind of how we realized that all those anti-establishment metal bands were they just put up all this fuss just to be signed to a massive label and selling out. If they tried to do that today, they would get clowned on, okay? They would get clowned on Instagram Reels.
They would, man.
Rise of streaming, where you can find the exact music you love the most and not just the stuff that labels would push in your face.
Yeah.
The only access you had to your favorite artists up until recently was through curated preset interview questions, and the narrative was chosen before you even walked in the room. They didn't want an interview that showed Britney as likable. They wanted media attention. Let's paint her as a mad woman who's gone crazy and ask wildly inappropriate questions.
Everyone's talking about it.
What?
Well, your breasts.
She was 17.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn...
Dog, it's crazy when you go back now and see all the stuff that people just got away with in front of our faces. Bro, it's wild.
In this... By the way, there was a lot of
he a fan
since then with media interviews. They've gotten a lot better, but especially now, compare that to shows like Hot Ones, Chicken Shop Date, Last Meal, and just the podcast media tour now, where everything's a bit more relaxed than a set interview, and there's more of a focus of seeing the artist's personality and feel more like a parasocial friend than a rigid interview setting where it almost felt more like an interrogation. My God, why did they ever do this? When Katie came around, people were really attracted to her bubbly, quirky personality at a time where pop artists didn't really show their quirky side or were overly serious. I mean, the most casual setting you could see your favorite celebrity is on a late night show. That was kind of like...
Yo, y'all remember when late night used to mean something, bro? Bro,
where
like...
you could see them a little more.
That's crazy. Oh no, James Corden jump scare.
But Katie was really forward with her
though.
Fun personality. It's what attracted so many people. Along with that, her music was really fun. It was unserious and really set the tone of what campy fun music was. And at the time, felt authentic to who she was. Now with artists going on podcasts and shows where the environment is a lot more relaxed and focused on the artist's personality, there's even more opportunities and access for people to see if the artist's image is aligning with what they're saying and doing. So lately, people perceive her as inauthentic, stale, and empty of what made her initially appealing. And people aren't really enjoying her personality that was once quirky, can come off a bit cringe.
I think, and honestly, it's a little bit different because we're not talking about men in rap now. But like, it's the same thing of like people saying that Grippy is trash. It's not that people don't understand sexy drill, that they don't. Well, yeah, some people don't understand sexy drill, which is okay. That's fine. But I think a lot of people are just like, bro, J. Cole is 38 rapping like this, bro. Go on somewhere. And I think in a certain way, they're kind of doing the same thing with Katie, but also it's warranted this time. Because, like, bro, come on, man. You've literally been around dropping bangers for a minute now. What is this? This is hot garbage, bro. Like, come on. You're supposed to be, like, better or something.
If I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've...
No, I said don't talk. Oh, no.
You've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors. You better be ready to get your dick sucked.
And we all know. Cringe is a crime. And part of this is
man.
Coming to the realization that Katie's feminism was always...
Yo, Simon Cowell, that guy, oh, I'm so sick of him.
...always centered around men and marketing, and that it might not have ever been honest feminism.
And you are very open.
So, but I still have a moral compass, I hope. And I still try to make all of my decisions with integrity and respect.
At this point, bro, did she even ever kiss a girl? I feel like that was cap. At this point, bro, she ain't like nothing, bro.
This world is a testament to that. It's hard to put into words, but it just kind of feels like a man wrote that song. Katie.
Honestly, it feels like, yeah. But not even like a human man, like an AI man.
It's not a woman's world when you're working with Dr. Luke on this with the context that we have now. It's a slap in the face, and it's embarrassing. You're not a girl's girl, and you clearly don't care about feminism as much as you want us to believe you do. Also, people don't even want authenticity the way that they think they do from celebrities. Let's just be honest. People want someone relatable.
Because they don't like it whenever it actually happens. You know, whenever someone like actually keeps it 1,000, it's like, oh, whoa there, you know? We see the reaction all the... I tried the V8 engine. We see that reaction all the time, bro.
Real.
Like, it's you have to just be a little more humble, be a little more kind, be a little more fake. Girl. Be a little more Hollywood just for our comfort. Like, I don't need you to be that real, where you're like, hey, would you just yell at a random bitch out the window?
When someone is a three-dimensional person that isn't perfect or holds their exact beliefs, they don't want authenticity anymore. They just want the guise of it and to project their personal beliefs onto a celebrity.
Yo, what is up with people and frogs, bro? I really don't like, if you couldn't tell, I really don't like frogs, bro. Get this out of here, dog.
Is the latest brand trend that comes with its pros and cons. And I just like examining music because I love music, even though I dropped one song and then haven't released shit. So
really? The whole time I'm thinking she got projects out I ain't check out yet. Say psych right now. Say psych. I've been following on Spotify, bro. Hey, yeah, no drop since 2022. GG's.
Who am I to talk? I'm also not trying to pin female artists against each other in this. It was really hard for me to explain what I mean without using real life examples of what's going on. And like the context of what's going on currently, right now, is important for us to understand why things are unfolding the way that they are. So it's just like
that's another word salad.
Change in times.
At least that one made sense though.
Dr. Luke is and the blatant irony of him working on Women's World. The fact that
I didn't know that he was still around. Honestly, I didn't know that. I didn't know his name either. I just knew that, you know, Kesha was in a very unfortunate situation for the majority of her career up until pretty recently. I thought, I don't know, but I didn't know it was like who it was or that he was still like working in the industry. It's kind of crazy, man, honestly.
With everything now. And being able to see through inauthenticity without really being able to put a finger on why, and people just not liking the music, all adds up to the interesting case study of Katy Perry's career surrounding inauthenticity. Anyway, who cares? This
Yeah,
doesn't matter
honestly.
that much. Go do something else. Bye.
It doesn't, man. I feel like another genre that we see a lot of inauthenticity in is EDM, bro, unfortunately. There are a lot of really big popular DJs that, you know, you can kind of tell don't care much about dance music, don't care much about the craft of DJing. You know, it's one of those things that's become super simple with, you know, CDJs being the standard. No one really scratches vinyl. Like, you know, no one's really DJing with vinyl in general. Forget scratching. Like, just, you know, there's kind of that. Everyone's like a producer now that just gets big artists on their songs with the same boring 4 count, you know, 160 BPM. Like, let's party, you know, and it's just like, dog, you don't care about dance music at all. We see it all the time, and it's honestly sickening, bro. It really is. But some of them got some good songs. I'm not saying their music is trash. Some of their music is good. It just sounds generic and boring and soulless, like a lot of just popular mainstream music, bro. Not all of it, but a lot of it does. A lot of it does, especially in dance music. I feel like you see it mostly in pop music, dance music, and then personality wise in rap music. It's a lot of guys that act like a certain type of archetype that they are not. You know, it's unfortunate, man, but that's kind of just where we're at, I guess. That's what sells. But, you know, like she said, bro, people are seeing through that, and people really aren't going for that. So, you know, we'll see how long that lasts. But even still, I think we're just going to end up seeing a false sense of authenticity over time. Like, people are just going to learn how to lie and make it seem like they're a certain type of person or are for certain causes or whatever the case may be, you know, and they're really not. So who knows, bro? Either way, we gonna eat up the music if it's good. You feel me?